The Metro Water Service's 3rd Avenue Park absolutely blew me away. I had seen it in plan when we read the background material and the application, but when I saw it in person, it was so much better. Even in bad weather, it was so much better. It was so thoughtful. I don't know another utility in the country that would have put the thought and the investment into creating that. It would have been so easy to take that edge and just leave it grass and call it good.
Absolutely. They went above and beyond what you would typically expect for this long linear park that's difficult to plan along the greenway, so they had to incorporate that bicycle, walking traffic, and then to add a little mission to what they were trying to do with the water play, which was so interactive and fun. But to imagine kids playing with all of the levers, understanding how stormwater works and flows, it's a lesson, I think, for both the kids but also adults.
Very indigenous, very local. You know, it was teaching about your local community. But to me, it looked like a beautiful piece of abstract art. I think the designers were exceptional, and I really give everybody involved in it a lot of credit.
The 3rd Avenue Park is a wonderful green space park right adjacent to the Salem town neighborhood. That park consists of a stream area that incorporates kind of a little bit of a hillside and water pumps that children can go up and kind of pump water down. And the idea is that children get that chance to kind of explore the park and just really see how water flows downhill, how it works. We've incorporated a lot of check dams and kind of doors and stuff so that children can kind of play with the idea of moving water, and if they close one dam, what does that do? And it sends water to other streams and everything. Right adjacent to that is kind of a ropes climbing course for kids to really climb on and play with and really get that, unintended exercise. We take that same ropes course kind of idea, and we actually have a suspension bridge over one of the 2 or 3 bioretention areas that we actually have on the project. So most of the time people are experiencing a bioretention and kind of wondering what stormwater is doing from the edge of it, whereas we provide this ropes suspension bridge over the top of it so that children or any visitor really to the park can kind of walk over and see, oh wow, look all the planting down there. What is this planting doing in terms of cleaning the water and things of that nature. So Metro Water Services, is part of kind of their new kind of campus revitalization, what they wanted to do is really look at it and create kind of a sustainable campus. And so we were hired as part of the team with Brown, Caldwell, and Wilmot as the landscape architects to kind of really look into those sustainability efforts as part of that master plan stage. The intended user is the neighborhood. What do they want? What do they want to see? And having those public engagements, having those discussions with the people and the end users was very important as well for just kind of creating. And one of the really cool elements of that is thinking of the Metro Water Services and what they actually do for the Nashville community, and then telling that story of really what they do and how can we bring that into the park. And so for this 3rd Avenue Park, the idea was this iteration of the stream, the idea of saying, hey, these guys deal with water, whether it's stormwater, wastewater, all of that. This park, let's tell the story of what is water actually doing, and then having that ability of it spilling out, taking on the form of the stream that some city children may never see or get the idea of, but having the idea of, oh, water runs downhill, it diverts this way, turns that way, what happens when it trickles over? And so through that process of creating and thinking about the end user and how they would appreciate and really kind of hone in on that story that we wanted to tell, which was the origin of kind of water